Hello everyone, this is Ange. Welcome to another episode of the Visual Novel Monthly Recap. This is a video series where I highlight news related to visual novel releases and the community for each month. In this video, I'm going to talk about anything that happened in September of 2023. A quick shout out to It's Andrew XP for the editing for this video and to Celty Farron for the graphics. One visual novel translation release I forgot to mention last month was the fan translation of Walkure Romanze. At least for me, it mostly sticks out because it has some knight heroines. We finally have the translation for the full mainline Majikoi series completed, as the fan translation for Majikoi A-5 got released. It has routes for Yoshitsune, Takai, a previous member of the Big Four Divas, and an afterstory for Margaret from Majikoi S. Since the MajiTL fan translation group seems to not want to translate any more Majikoi after A5, Daybreak Translations announced they're going to be the ones translating Majikoi A plus disc and Ryouken or Hound route after. A fan translation was released for Ryukishi 07's Gensou Rougoku no Kaleidoscope. Keep in mind, this is just for the Switch and Vita. This is a horror visual novel about confinement or something, but it seems like not many people like it despite the fact that it was written by Ryukishi 07 of Umineko fame. Shiravune announced that they are going to be translating Criminal Border, First Offence by Purplesoft. This is going to be an episodic plot visual novel, and it's by the same writer who did the 9-9 series by Palette. The other notable thing about the announcement is that Shiravune had to slightly change the title name on Steam to Liminal Border, assumedly to help in not getting the title banned on Steam. The regular title, Criminal Border, will still be on Joran and other stores, assumedly. A fan translation was released for H2O, Footprints in the Sand, in addition to its side story, Route After. A lot of people are hyped up because it has the same art style as visual novels like Tsubahebe and Sakura no Uta. That said, the main writer of H2O did not have anything to do with Tsubahebe or Sakura no Uta, but I believe H2O was still something of a psychological slice of life, which should be interesting. A fan translation also released for Shiina Maho no Himitsu. Small research shows it's a one adult age heroine moe nukige, where the main girl is a doujin rider. The fact that the characters may go to a comic convention, and if the visual novel is actually vanilla, I might actually check it out myself. The newest entry in the Science Adventure series got released in anonymous code for Steam, Switch, and PS4. For those who don't know what the Science Adventure series is, this is where popular visual novels and anime like Steins Gate, Chaos Head, etc. are in. I haven't read Anonymous Code personally, but apparently it's a very action-focused, shonen-like story and has a gimmick around needing to save and load at proper points to advance the story. Despite this being in the Science Adventure series, I don't believe you technically have to read the previous entries to understand this story, since it's brand new characters and setting, but many hardcore Science Adventure fans will tell you to do so anyway, because apparently it makes important references that would increase your enjoyment knowing the previous games. Shiravune announced that they're going to be translating Cabbage Soft's Amazing Grace, What Color Is Your Attribute? Despite the art style looking like a moege, and Cabbage Soft has done other moege like Amiro Chocolate before, apparently Amazing Grace is very much not slice of life moege. In fact, it's a multi-route mystery visual novel. If you've been looking for a mystery visual novel fix and don't mind the more moe art style and potential sex scenes, this could be something to look forward to sometime in 2023. If you're interested in thick little sisters and or succubi, Sekai Project released Marshmallow Imouto Succubus by Dwarfsoft. Naturally, this is a nukige and apparently is on the short side. A free demo for upcoming Yuri Girls Love visual novel UsoNatsu is now on Steam. I'll give more details on the full game when it fully releases. If you like Alisoft created games like Rants or Evenicol, a fan translation for one of Alisoft's earliest titles, Only You Recross, got released. The only thing I know about it, it has strategic RPG-like gameplay, and the main protagonist has a 90s hot-blooded style personality. Key has released their official translation of Stella of the End. This is a linear story about a robot girl, which Key has totally done before, but the premise is kind of more like Death Stranding in the terms of the main character has to deliver the girl instead of just finding her randomly. Otherwise, this is a Key visual novel, so expect some feels and potential crying if you like that stuff. There's actually a fan translation that got released earlier this year by Snowy Ryuken, but they officially announced that they're going to be taking down their fan translation so people can support this official Steam release. Nikonyan has released an official translation of Ensemble's Secret Agent. Despite what the name may give off, this is very much a moege slice of life heavy title, which just happens to have an action spy backdrop, not too dissimilar from something like Riddle Joker by UsoNatsu. And that is it for September of 2023. As always, if you have any feedback, positive or negative, feel free to leave a comment below or on one of my social medias. And now I want to give a quick shout out to all my YouTube members. First, there's Dexter Boston Terrier Dog RIP RIP, who's been in the VN Super Weirdo for 6 months. Then there's Marie Antoinette, who's been in the VN Super Weirdo for 13 months. Then there's Lee Douglas, who's been in the VN Weirdo tier for 4 months. And then there's David Mendiola, who's been in the VN Super Weirdo tier for 3 months. Finally, there's Sabin Fire, who's been in the VN Super Weirdo tier for 1 month. Much appreciated. Finally, I want to give my continued thanks to T-Lover, who gives me money through KoFi every month. Very much appreciated.